It was a heated question and answer segment as those in attendance at a town hall meeting hosted by Kate Sullivan, electoral advisor, expressed their concerns. The audience charged the electoral advisor to go home. They say Sullivan totally ignored recommendations from residents at her previous town hall meeting. The questions rolled in as Consultative Forum members Karen Delancey and Ghislaine Brutus read the recommendations out.
This report does not reflect the views of people. You didn't listen to anyone or what you had to say at the last constitutional talk meeting. You also went in one of the newspapers and said that the people in here, that the Turks Islanders are not coming out and voicing their opinion and our concern. You don't have to live here. British Airways or American brought you here. You can take that and go back. But at the end of the day, this stupid report that you're trying to put together, we have to live with it. We have to live with it.
Another point that I would like to bring to the attention is NHIP. Here's a company, it's a private company or it's a government company that has been put in place by our governor, and it is by Sir Robin Olds says this thing is corrupt. He said that there's real problems with corruption in there. I'm in construction. I know we could have built this hospital for maybe 68, 67 million. It's on 125 million. Who do we appeal to for justice? I haven't signed my NHIP contract. I'm paying, but I'm not signing. I wrote the governor. I said, Governor, you're in charge of the islands. In front of God Almighty, my conscience says don't sign this. If you're going to tell me sign it against my conscience, sir, I will sign it and God will judge you. He won't answer me. The only thing he does, he replies and he gives me an answer that would probably be akin to what the serpent was telling Eve at the tree of knowledge. It's okay, but he doesn't answer my question though.
The governor always had the right or the power with regards to external affairs, national security, and those are his reserve powers. Those were enshrined in the 2006 Constitution. The ministers also had certain powers within that Constitution, and within cabinet, they collectively made decisions. The governor always had the right to refer certain matters to the Foreign and Commonwealth Office for decisions or recommendations, and also have the right to reject certain advice within cabinet. And those were there. They should have been exercised, those results should have been exercised on the previous administrations. So I don't see any need at this point in time to change and to encroach on the powers of the ministers in cabinet. Those powers that the ministers have in cabinet to make decisions. The governor still have those rights under the 2006 Constitution, and it should remain. You are just going to create more conflict within the executive arm of government.
It is clear that from the Commission of Inquiry that there were failings on the part of cabinet and equally on the part of the governor. So I simply don't understand why, if we accept that that is the case, that we turn around and we change the Constitution to one that increases the power of the governor, i.e. essentially rewards him, notwithstanding the fact that we accept that he was equally as wrong when we take away from the people that are ours, and the people who, in my opinion, we think we ought to be given the benefit of the doubt more so than to the governor. My second point is I am concerned that our objection will not mean anything at all. And I say that simply because you yourself admitted that the most vociferous objection came to the issue of the enlargement of the franchise. And notwithstanding that, it was still in the recommendation. So I am wondering, are we wasting time? It would be a shame if we are.
I remember what was said at this meeting. I remember many of the recommendations. Yet to see any inside this document that you now produce. Right? I started reading this document, and I got to 3/4 until 2/3 of it, and I had such a headache because I couldn't believe that much garbage inside this All right?
In my opinion, and in the opinion of Lord Treisman, that 2006 Constitution order was a masterpiece. There was nothing wrong with it. And the government of the UK must accept responsibility for the failure of the man that they sent down here to have oversight.
First of all, I agree this is wasting time because I can't see how such an important issue as the Constitution can just have one person when Helen Garlick is just investigating 5 persons and have a team of 40 members. That doesn't make any sense. The Constitution, which every TCI citizen will be empowered by, compared to 5 ministers. And after a year, no charges have been brought against those ministers. So let's say if the scenario comes that these ministers are innocent, then what would be the reason for the change of the Constitution?
On the issue of deputy governor, this is a total slap in the face for you to come to us and make that particular recommendation. We in this country have over the past 4 or 5 years spent $15–20 million per year educating Turks and Caicos Islanders to become proper citizens in this country, to take up the reins of responsibility in this country. And now you can tell me, after we have all done that, now we are not qualified? Where the hell you think you come from to come and tell us that?
Town hall meetings are scheduled for the island of Salt Key tonight, September 10th, and Grand Turk the 16th. Meetings for South, North, and Middle Caicos are to be announced shortly. For WIV4 News, I'm Takara Bain.